Hello guys and welcome back to SteveKnows, where you will get your dose of weekly virtual reality news. And this week we got virtual reality advancement that is so exciting and I'm so impressed. It's making me excited about the future of virtual reality again, future-proofing our industry. It is so cool. And of course, games, and much more. So enough chin wagging, let's get started. So let's kick things off with, I'm suing you. Who, me? No! The FTC, which for the rest of the world is the USA's Federal Trade Commission, have amended their initial claim against Facebook, stating that they are using anti-competitive tactics. In the UK, you may remember the Stagecoach issue, similar thing, just way less bus. So they've submitted more evidence and they wish to have the case looked at again, but it mostly calls out Instagram and WhatsApp, not Oculus. Although some of the new statements that they have added talks about the virtual reality vision that Facebook have for the future of Oculus, talking about the metaverse. And we know how badly Facebook are dominating this space with no one being able to compete against them. With Facebook making such a high-spec headset and selling at a loss or at cost, combined with a successful app store and the technical knowledge that they have at Facebook for innovation, it's a tough one. So the quote from the filing says, moreover, Facebook is likely to reinstitute its conditioning or other similar anti-competitive practices when it next faces acute competitive pressures from a period of technical transitions. Such pressure may arise, for example, around increased use of artificial intelligence or around Facebook's own view that future dominant technology companies will offer users a compelling metaverse, which Zuck believes the metaverse will be the successor to the mobile internet. So I guess watch this space until it's probably thrown out of court again, but it's interesting and people are still trying to tackle Facebook over this. Let me know your thoughts on this one, because I know some people just don't care, but some of you are really passionate about it and have opinions, and I always like reading them. Now, a new application is coming to the Oculus platform next week, and it's something that I feel really excited for, and I'm sure many of you will as well, as it's taking virtual reality and using it for self-improvement, not just gaming and escaping the real world. It's allowing for a better, more interactive way of learning, but don't sigh yet. Oh, Steve, I already go to school. Mondly is an application that will teach you different languages, and instead of like Rosetta Stone, where you'll put in a CD or you'll try to listen to something, omelette du fromage. It's not a new app. This is new to the Quest platform, but it was on the Go and the Gear before that. So it's new to recent VR adopters, but you've probably come across it if you're a VR veteran. So in it, you can learn 29 languages and you'll engage in conversations with virtual NPCs in the language that you are trying to learn, and it uses the Quest's microphone to understand if you're speaking correctly, and offering different scenarios where you may need to speak in a different language if you're visiting another country, such as calling a taxi, booking a hotel, or ordering dinner, or do you know where the toilet is? And it's only going to cost $7.99, which just seems so much cheaper and like it's going to be more effective, at least at face value, than a CD, right? And can you imagine combining this with AI so an NPC can have an actual conversation with you? That sounds fantastic. So let me know if you're learning a language or you want to learn a language below. I've always wanted to learn Dutch, but it is a long process, so having something more interactive and fun and VR related, because we love VR, is always a good thing.
You can't go out to pubs and fight people. It's illegal.
But that's what VR is for. So a new update for a game that is made to be nothing more than just pure fun and mayhem, drunken bar fights, gets a police station update, which includes a new map, which of course is why it's called the police station update. You get a new police station map, but it's not just a new map. This also supports multiplayer cooperative mode. So you and up to 3 other players, making it 4 in total, can work together to kick some booty. At the police station, you'll fight convicts, employees, random people dressed up in costumes, kick-ass wannabes. New weapons are also included, bringing the total of 46 interactive weapons in the game, and in this you can use police batons and handcuffs where you can attach 2 people together. This one's impressive. Can you imagine taking photographs at different points in a room and then having an algorithm stitch it all together so it can become a photorealistic 6DOF environment for you to check out? Well, that's what these latest researchers have done. It's incredible. Many of us just keep wanting that photorealistic experience in virtual reality. So it's not always games that we want that, something that can literally transport us to another location. And I struggled to say this last time I spoke about it because it's just such a tough word. Photogrammetry can be a powerful tool, especially I can imagine for revisiting crime scenes. But the capture required to achieve this is just not something everyone has access to, and it's complex for 60OF support. But as I just said, the latest research done at the Science Institute in Thailand achieves this desired result using images taken from a variety of locations and angles, and then it uses an algorithm to stitch those images together and fill in the space between them to create that 3D 60OF experience. The way it works is it will track and calculate the location of every single pixel in an image to recreate those scenes, even being able to recreate and follow reflections of objects, which previously when using photogrammetry would be baked into the scene, and when you have translucent objects it just looks really thin and kind of like a piece of cardboard, like Doom. It's truly incredible to see. They have said this is 1,000 times improvement over the previous method. It's over 9,000! I'll leave links to the paper and the video below because it gets very complicated and some of you may want to check it out. So this game, I wasn't that excited, but I had to go and play it again on the Oculus Quest because of this news, and it was actually such a fun experience and the game looked so vibrant. So a game called Windlands, which you may remember from PlayStation VR or PC VR in 2016, has just made its way to App Lab. This was one of the first kind of grappling swinging games in virtual reality where you could feel like Spider-Man. It was incredibly fast-paced and pushed the limit, especially at the time, of VR's comfort levels. So this is the platformer that you can get on App Lab for $15 right now, and you can swing around on these floating platforms as if you're in the film Avatar. There is a sequel to this game as well, which includes archery and multiplayer, and they've not said this is coming to the Quest, but could this port of the first game be the first step of them trying to port the sequel to the Oculus Quest as well? Because evidently, the money is on the Quest platform. That's what we've seen over and over again, and I wouldn't mind having this game. Now, the biggest event of the year for Quest owners is Facebook Connect, no longer Oculus Connect, RIP. This is coming October 28th, and it will once again be a digital event, sadly. This will likely be the format going forward. It's going to be much easier to record content and have Zuck speak on camera while we try to figure out, is he human? Was he a bot? Which would make sense why he wants to have a metaverse, so he can thrive and fulfill his destiny. Due to the timing of the event, I do expect to have some big announcements because Christmas, or the summer holidays, the winter holidays are around the corner. I think it's very possible that we're going to hear about a new device coming early next year. Not a Quest 3, but perhaps a Quest Pro. Some things have been released and been lining up. The planets have been aligning for myself to feel this way. So I think a mid-gen headset is very possible that could support the AR capabilities. So a new headset that is going to have better pass-through cameras, allowing for the business capabilities and the AR technologies, which they've just released in experimental mode in their SDK, to be much more practical because the current pass-through is terrible. But really, what is the most important thing about this event? Resident Evil 4. I want to hear more about it. It's time for big games. We keep improving the hardware, but we need to see better software release now, please. Now, arguably the best free shooter on the Oculus Quest, Pavlov Shack, is getting an update for a new map called Station. It's based on an underground train station because what is any shooter if it doesn't have a station map? It's just incomplete. That's what it is, it's incomplete. This map is available on the PC version of the game already, but Shack, of course, is the stripped down version of the title, which didn't contain it. Dave Vills recently tweeted out saying an update is imminent with screenshots of this map, which for a Quest environment for a shooter looked pretty good. So if you're new to VR and you don't know of Pavlov, this is currently free. It is going to be a paid game soon, so please go to SideQuest or App Lab, search Pavlov Shack Beta and install it and play. It's so much fun, really good. Thanks, Dave. The biggest story of the week that's popped up out of nowhere is that Facebook Horizon Workrooms is now available for install right this second. You can go try it out, go be a beta user, and allow them to gather data to improve the title, otherwise known as beta. So this new app allows you to collaborate with your co-workers or your friends remotely, or you can just work by yourself in a virtual environment. It's that good. This places you in a virtual environment like a virtual office or a meeting room with your avatars, so it gives you that sense of presence that you miss out on a Zoom call. The app combines the infinite office features for you marking out your desk, tracking your keyboard using pass-through. Don't worry if you don't own one of the compatible keyboards, you can just use the pass-through so you can see your keyboard through the pass-through mode. Don't worry, you don't have to work using the Oculus browser. You can use the Oculus Remote Workspace application and stream your desktop to this app and use like a laptop in the virtual world that streams your computer to it. It's just so cool. This is one of the first apps I've tried and felt like I could actually use this as a working from home tool or a remote working tool. It's so practical. So in the meeting rooms, you can also share your screen to the entire meeting. You can have it on a big board. You can also set up a whiteboard that you can go up to and start drawing on for ease of collaboration. And you can fit up to 16 people in one room. That's 16 people in VR, but you can also connect via a web app. If you're not into virtual reality or you don't like wearing the headset or you don't own a headset, you can connect via your browser, so you're still a participant, and that puts the limit of the room up to 50. The experience is just full of small touches that make it a decent experience, like you're able to take notes on your desk. You're given a whiteboard on your desk, you can use the touch controller so you have something tactile while you draw on it, and you can write notes, draw pictures, or just take notes on your computer that's in front of you, like this mini laptop. And you can also expand the screen size in front of you as well, so you can have like a 15-inch screen, or you can expand it to like a 32-inch. It's so good. I do recommend trying this. Try get schools to test run it, maybe your place of work can try it as well. I just think the hardware isn't where it needs to be in terms of comfort for this to be a really great usable experience, but it's a great step forward. Maybe Facebook at Connect, they can deliver us a smaller, lighter device or a headset with no controllers at a cheaper price point for productivity, and then maybe, you know, maybe this can work out. So that's it from me this week. Please click subscribe to help me reach that 100K goal, and stick around for more news, games, and reviews, and of course other vids throughout the week. So happy gaming, guys. Good day.